Clarence Park, home to promotion-pushing National League Southside St Albans City FC, famously known for their 3-2 televised FA Cup win against Forest Green Rovers, world-famous band Enter Shikari sponsoring the club, playing in a game where one player scored 7 goals and the Saints still lost 8-7, and also for having a tree blocking a stand, stopping them from getting promoted to the top division of Northern League football. Today they face another Hertfordshire side in the shape of Cheshunt, and the Saints are hoping to come away with all 3 points in the time of season where every point counts in order to stay within touch and distance of the playoffs. On the other hand, Cheshunt are looking to snatch these points off St Albans in order to escape the possibility of a relegation battle. The last time these sides faced each other in the league was on the 4th game of the season, where the Saints ran out 2-1 winners. However, a few months later the sides met again in the Hart Senior Cup, where Cheshunt won 3-1. The Saints come into the game off the back of a 3-1 win away at Bath City. Although they also play tonight with a poor home form and without a win in 3 home games, tonight David Noble and the team are hoping to end this run and beat the Hertfordshire rivals. At the start of today, the Saints find themselves outside the playoffs in 9th place, 2 points off Worthing in 7th. Meanwhile, Cheshunt find themselves in a relegation battle at 21st, just 1 point off safety. When producing this documentary, I still haven't come up with a name, so I was fortunate to come across this bit of footage before the team talk, with Michael Johnson telling teammate Zane Bantam why there's a GoPro duct taped to the ceiling.
It's another one of these games. Fighting for their lives. And this, more than any team we've played at Hart, that's exactly what they're doing. That is exactly what they're doing. Keeper goes long pretty much all the time. Their game plan is to go long. Over to the centre forward. They chase down him. They chase down those clauses. If you slip up and make a mistake, they'll do a mistake. Look to get on that ball constantly. Even if you play it off to someone and he's looking to go to the pitch, make another angle, you will be pressed. Everybody. You will be pressed. You need to have a plan, because you might get one touch before you get played. Yeah? Fucking make it difficult for him to move. The wide free kick, the disallowed goal, he just literally walks past you team. See him? You've got to be creating a line. We was in 2 different lines. Kel, you're 3 yards in front of the other people from a wide free kick. Get a strong line, don't let people run through it, get side on, be first there. All the same things apply. You can't just stand there like mannequins and just let people run through.
Everybody knows the significance of today. It's a Hertfordshire derby and the boys are ready. Well, that's what I'm asking them to do. I know we're a part-time club, but you've got to be as serious as possible if you want to do anything in this game and in this league. Everybody's looking forward to it. We're looking to put that form right tonight. One game at a time, but this will be a good one to start getting those wins at home. They're fighting for their lives and their careers, and it's a powerful thing. And if we don't come ready tonight, we'll find out.
There are some proud times as you see the club grow, you see the supporters grow, you see what we do in the community grow. It's I look at it with pride, and it's great to see. Well, we want to get promoted, so we're just under the playoffs now. We've spoken to the manager and looked at what players. You can see we've brought in some players recently, and that's all to do with us making a push to the playoffs. And when you're in the playoffs, who knows where you can go. So that's our plan. Without a new facility or a modern facility, we cannot grow. We certainly cannot grow, but we're not going to be able to progress to the levels the club should progress to here. It's as simple as that. I mean, that's part of the plan. The part of the plan is to grow the brand St Albans. We've got, in the district alone, we've got about 140,000 people in the district of St Albans. So if we grow our brand within the district and further wide, more people will come down. Will be an entertainment for far more people, and especially in times like this where it's really tough to be able to go out and get some good quality entertainment at affordable prices. It's very important that we grow the awareness of the club in the community.
Well, I think there's only been the one change of manager, and I think football clubs take it in their stride. Part and parcel of football is managers come, managers go. You know, you get on with it. We've got a succession in place. Dave Noble was down there anyway, working alongside Ian, so it was just a small step for him. He was a fabulous footballer in his day, and I think he's just finding his feet. And let's be honest, we've had a fairly good season so far.
Well, actually, even though there's been changes, I think there's been reasonable stability. I mean, you look at the, defenders that we've got in, Taff and Devontae have been brilliant. I think they've got a good squad. They've got a good squad from the start of the season. Any team's going to get the odd injury. I'll be honest, I was disappointed when Ian left because I had a lot of respect for Ian, but I think David Noble's been fantastic. So I actually think it's been good continuity, even though we've lost a manager mid-season.
Oh, I think we'll finish in playoffs. How well we do in the playoffs, it just depends on the draw and how well we play on the day, because playoffs are cup finals, aren't they? I remember the last playoffs when we beat Aston to go through to actually get promoted to the conference. I was there for those games, and it's a pretty exciting afternoon. If you make the playoff final, it's a fab day out.
We're hitting the playoffs. We've got to win tonight. It'd be a tough game tonight, but I think Dave Noble's done a good job. They deserve to be in the playoffs. I know they've been a little bit inconsistent lately, but the team deserve it, and they're good enough, and they'll beat anyone on their day.
St Albans kick off to start off the game and then immediately get a free kick, which in my opinion is quite soft. The Saints continued to pile on the pressure early on, and Zane Banton picked out Devante Stanley on the wing after a strong run at the Cheshunt midfield. From the pass, Devante plays the ball through to Colchester United loanee Shay Cooper, who only meets a Cheshunt defender. Tafari Moore makes a great run down the wing, shrugging off a defender and putting in a cross, which is yet again met by an opposition player. However, like the last attack, the Saints pounce back off the poor clearance and Kyron Wiltshire strikes from range. It's fair to say Cheshunt haven't really done much in this game, so when they do get a free kick just outside the box, you'd expect them to make the most out of the attack. I'm still not sure how this is a free kick as well. Probably the most exciting part of the half comes when a free kick from Cheshunt launches a counter-attack, or what could have been a counter-attack, when the keeper comes out, clatters into his own defender and still gets a free kick from it, although it finally gave the fans something to cheer about when Jeffers puts it in the back of the net. When Callum Adebayi clears the incoming throw-in, Cheshunt have their first and only shot of the game, and the midfielder tries to one-up the effort from Kyron Wiltshire earlier on in the half.
Obviously, when you play, you're obviously massively. I mean, as a fan, you come along and you can't alter anything from the terraces. When you play, you can obviously alter stuff, and hopefully your performances will reflect that, and hopefully it will bring success to the club. But as a fan, all you can try and do is bring your support to the club. I mean, we do sponsorship with the club, Conquer Nation Scaffolding, by the way, Hertfordshire's premier scaffold company. Just get the plug in there early. Playing and managing was a great experience, but you have to move. You move on. You can't play forever. And hopefully, as I say, we do sponsorship, we support the club, and try and help it to progress forward. Progress has been made on and off the pitch remarkably, But in all fairness, we need the new ground. We need a new ground. I mean, as much as this place is a fantastic setting and a fantastic pitch, and it holds many, many years of history, we're never going to progress unless we have somewhere we can earn finance off the pitch as well as on the pitch with the supporters and with obviously the gate receipts and sponsorship.
Where do you think St Albans could go in the near future?
Football League, why not? I mean, you've only got to look at some of the non-league clubs. I mean, Sutton are Division 2 now, Stevenage are Division 2. You know, Boreham Wood are knocking on the door of Division 2. You know, they're up the top of the conference. When I played, Stevenage and Boreham Wood were poor relations. With the help of, especially Stevenage, with the help of the local council, they've obviously progressed. So have Boreham Wood, Sutton. I think there's 3 or 4 other teams, that I can't remember at the moment, that have progressed from non-league into Football League.
The second half gets underway by the visitors, who put a long ball into space but meets no one, then goes out of play. Cheshunt start the second half strongly, and even with a poor clearance from the goalkeeper, they threaten the Saints' defence. A sharp run down the wing by Tyrell Newton of Cheshunt is followed by a pass back to George Nunn, who, from 12 yards out, sees his effort go over the bar. I'm not really sure of the names. I just looked at the programme, there's no numbers. From a very entertaining second half, the first proper highlight is when Aston went to turn on the GoPro, only to be met by the, quite frankly, hair-raising Cheshunt supporters. St Albans are starting to get back into the game, but are taking their time when attacking. Callum Crowther plays the ball through to the wings, where, as we learnt in the first half, Cheshunt can't deal with. A great through ball by Zane Banton is met by Shea Cooper, who puts his effort just wide. It's midway through the second half, and the Saints have a corner. A quick short corner goes unnoticed, and with a high cross going into the box, Cheshunt are almost asking for a spare man at the far post. That spare man is in fact Callum Crowther, who nods the ball in from close range. Just look at how happy David Noble looks on the ever so slightly blurry manager cam.
That was the TikTok goal. Yeah.
A few minutes later, Cheshunt have a corner, which is cleared by Zane Banton, only to be hit back into danger. No, it's not deja vu. Only 5 minutes after scoring from a cross, Callum Crowther scores from a cross, except this time it's in his own net. Now it's almost looking like I'm just putting the same clips in to extend the second half, but I'm not. Cheshunt really didn't learn from their mistakes, and after a high cross from Banton, Crowther is free at the back post yet again, this time not making the most of the chance. Towards the end of the game, St Albans look to be dominating Cheshunt, and they still haven't picked up the pressure from the wings. This time, Devante Stanley is running down the wing and puts a cross in, only to be close to going in. The Saints are now in control of the game, and when another corner is drilled in, Cheshunt can only clear to a St Albans player. Kyron Wiltshire puts a cross in, but the only thing that comes from it is another St Albans corner. Almost identical to the last attack, the corner is only cleared to Wiltshire, but this time the ball is won back by Cheshunt and cleared.
Yeah, today here at 8 o'clock, probably not leaving till 11:30. So, best part of a 16-hour day. And when it's a home game, you don't get to see much of the game. So, but for me, what the bit I get enjoyment from is when I see others enjoying it. And for me, that's what football's all about. It's about enjoyment, whether you're playing, whether you're a spectator. And I think my role is about making sure that people, when they come here, enjoy themselves. So if they enjoy themselves, then I'll get some enjoyment out of that. Almost everything. Probably best saying what I haven't done. So I haven't been the manager. And that's probably about it. And the chairman. So probably the manager and the chairman, the only two roles I've not done. Most memorable was probably my first ever one. So that would have been in the late, about 1980, something or other. Torquay United, FA Trophy FA Cup second round, first ever game down here. My father brought me down, place was packed, and I caught the bug from there. So yeah, that's probably the most memorable game because it's what's led me to being here for so long. In the near future, I think we can definitely get to National League, if not League Two. Longer term, who knows? Championship, Premier League maybe one day, hopefully before I die. But yeah, I can see it's definitely short term League Two, and even in the medium term, probably even Championship. If we really, carry on as the development we've done over the last 2 years.
Same as most weeks. Same as most weeks recently. Dominate the game and don't take all 3 points. It was another one of those. As I say, it's just another performance where the game should be out of sight. Dominating for probably 60-70% of the ball and concede another terrible goal. Terrible goal. I think if we were trying to lose that, it would have been hard. So at least we got a draw. That doesn't really help. Games where you're dominating, you have to win. It's not easy to dominate a game of football. And when you do, nights like tonight, you have to be ruthless and put people to bed. It's just going to have to be a mindset switch. A mindset switch that I said to him tonight, and I've said it a few times recently. Conceding that you've got to die to stop the ball going in your goal. Doesn't seem like we're like that.
I think the fans have always been behind me and have made me welcome when I first came, and the fans spur you on, and they're like a 12th man really when we're playing and getting winning games and scoring goals and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely they help us. I think that's probably one of the biggest moments of St Albans' career. I think, like I said, it was televised, it was big, it was an upset. Yeah, we done well to get the result on that day, and it was a historic moment for the club. Yeah, I think sometimes when it is a derby day, you can't really look at the table and stuff like that. There is more on it, and I think they'd be delighted to get a 1-1 draw. I think because I think we kind of controlled the game, especially first half. But yeah, sometimes derby games happen like that, and we shared the points in the end. But unfortunately for us, we were looking to get all 3.
Masterminded their first ever promotion to the National League a year later. Oxford City have done it. Winners of the promotion final of the National League South. They will play 5th-tier football for the first time in their 140-year history come August.
Hopeful. Okay, Dibble quickly to get there before. That's why. Come on, guys. Come on.